Hello everyone, welcome to another stream from Hugo's desk. My name is Hugo and we'll be here today for more Showreel reviews. You can see a lot of familiar faces in the chat already. Do let me know if the sound is okay, if the sound is good. Sometimes it's a bit iffy with... I'm never really completely sure if the sound is correct or not, because I can't hear this stream while I'm doing the stream. So, but yeah, thank you so much for being here. I can see that there's a lot of really familiar faces. Now, I know, Sajal, it's been a long time. I know. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, and I'm really looking forward for this. It's been a while since I've done one of these. I think it's going to be fun. I've just been busy. I was sick, and then I was busy. And then I just, then I went to FMX as well, and I wasn't here, and it's just been like a bit, yeah, it's just been a bit busy. But now I'm here, and we are here today, and we're also here next week as well. So that's the dates. And yeah, so for those of you to see, like, we're basically doing this. That is the dates that we have. Apologies, I can see that my camera is not there. There you go. Now I am here. So that's the next dates. I'm doing 18 today, and then next week 25th of June, and then the 9th of July and the 16th of July. These are just the next 4 dates. We should have more dates as well coming through. I think most likely we'll end up doing, let's see here, so we're doing the 9th of July, and then we'll do 16th of July. Most likely we'll end up doing 23rd of July as well, and then most likely in August we'll start some more batches. I'm saying this because I have 26 showreels to review. It's insane. I have 26. Obviously, we're not going to go through 26 showreels. That's pretty obvious. But I will try my best. And please have patience with me as I go through all these showreels. I always prioritize my students, and I always prioritize my Patreons. So do keep that in mind, that if you're my student or my Patreon, you can always contact me. You can always connect with me, and we can sort something out. We don't do the recordings anymore. Like, we don't do the calls anymore. Only if you want to, of course. I just found that I explained this before, that it was so difficult to always book people and to make sure people were going to be here or not. And so I just gave up on that. And I'm not doing the bookings anymore. So if someone that I'm doing the Showreel review today is here, I'm very happy for them to join on the call, of course, if they want to. But I'm not going to go through the bookings, that's for sure. So, yeah. Hey, Nikki, how you doing? Yes, I forgot to say, Nikki is contacting me through Twitch. We are broadcasting live, both on YouTube and on Twitch. And Nikki is holding the fort there on Twitch. And so I am broadcasting in both places. I know some people prefer Twitch, some people prefer YouTube. So it's always up to you. Other little piece of housekeeping as well. We're doing, of course, as usual, we're doing the giveaway. You can sign up for the giveaway. I think I've put it on the pin as well already. So you have the pin there. I've just posted it on the chat. And then also, if you're interested in my Nuke course, my Nuke course is also 75% off right now on the summer sale. So if you're interested, that's the code. Summer 26, that's the new code for my Nuke compositing course. I have some new classes as well, so there's no new classes on that course right now. I just published, I'm publishing the FMX masterclass I did, which is a 5-hour long masterclass where we go through the Nuke 3D system, the new 3D system, and we also go through some generative AI tools like Beeble AI. So we talk about the relighting and normals capability, and we go through some tools on Beeble AI as well. So feel free to join that if you want to. There's a giveaway as well. The class I'm talking about is this one. That's the class I'm talking about. This is the new classes that I'm publishing over the next few weeks. It's called Experimental Hybrid Comp Workflows with Nuke Machine Learning and AI. So those are some of the classes that are being published. I think I've published 2 already, and there's 3 more to code this week, and then a few more next week as well. So there's a bunch of classes dropping once in a while over the next few weeks on my Nuke course. Of course, they are free classes for my students, and then of course, if you want to join, you'll have access to them as well. As I always say as well, if you want to support my channel, you can also become a Patreon as well. If you would like to help the channel in any way, shape, or form. So thank you so much. I have so many supporters and so many Patreons, and I can't thank them enough. And it gives me the opportunity to do some cool videos. You know, there's some cool videos coming up. Like I have a bunch of Silicon Graphics now, and so I'm making a bunch of videos that I will publish on YouTube very soon, which I'm really excited about it. You know, I have this machine here now, so I have an Octane 2, which is on my way, coming from Australia, and I'll do some videos about that machine. I also have these 2 machines. I have a Silicon Graphic Indy now and a Silicon Graphic Indigo 2 as well, which I'll do some videos about. And of course, as I already talked many times, I am doing some videos on the Silicon Graphic O2 as well. Most of them are going around this piece of software, which is the Media Illusion. Oh, it's upside down for some reason. I don't know why. Which is me trying to composite shots on an environment of the Silicon Graphic, which is I've been having a lot of fun doing that. So it's gonna be swell. It's gonna be really nice to do that. Anyway, that's my bit of housekeeping. Now, as I always say to everyone, I could not do this stream without the help of BenQ. And so they are the supporters of this stream. They are the sponsor of this stream. So BenQ Creative is the reason why we are doing these streams in the first place. So I can't thank them enough. And because of that, I'm going to just play one of their commercials, and I'll be right back. I promise it's really short, and I'll be right back. Okay, as always, thank you so much, BenQ, for supporting the channel. Oh, sorry. Left it looping. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. It's been amazing. I'm so grateful, and thank you so much. I couldn't thank you enough. It's been astonishing the amount of support that you have given me over these last years. Okay, so with that in mind, let's just start the show reels. Like I said, I have 26 of them. So this is going to take a while, but I'm not going to do 26, of course. The first up, which we will do, will be for, hope I don't butcher their name, but their name, as I understood it, is, oh, sorry, I didn't have it open. As I understood it from the name of the show reel, I hope that's your name. It is Trihu. I guess that's how I spell your name. I'm not entirely sure. So that's the name that I have on the show reel. So that would be. I'll just post it on the chat. Maybe someone else knows how to. I think they are. Yeah. I'm speaking to them on Discord anyway. So that would be. That would be Trihu. I think that's how I pronounce it. So that will be the next person doing the show review. They're just here on Discord as well. I can see them on Discord. They're speaking to me as well. So I think they told me that they can't be in the call themselves as a caller, as on the Google Meet, but they are here on the chat. So just say hello. Foxhound is saying, oh yeah, he's here. Okay. Foxhound is saying, what actually happened to Silicon Graphics? I'm not entirely sure, but well, so I know what it. Sorry, what I meant to say is I'm going to talk about that on my videos. But it was quite an underwhelming finish for them. That's for sure. Okay. So now that Trihu is here, I really hope I'm not butchering your name. I really hope not. Now that they are here, I'm going to just start by showing them their showreel. So I'll show the showreel first, and then once we check the showreel, it has music, so keep in mind that it might be claimed by YouTube. If it is claimed by YouTube, I'll then mute it later, okay? So let's just watch it once, and then we'll go through it minute by minute, okay? So I'm going to just post it. Damn, that's a hit. That's a hard-hitting song. My God. Cool, man. If it gets demonetized, or if it gets claimed by YouTube, as it usually tends to be, I'll just mute it. It's fine. So you will be the only people ever to have listened to this magnificent song. So cool. Thank you so much. I can already see that you have quite a lot of shots from my course. So thank you so much for, first of all, thank you so much for being my student. It means a lot to me, and I can see a lot of your shots are from my class. So let's just go through the class, through the shots. So basically, the first shot here, it's the cleanup shot, which is from the Oak Lake trailer that I did a few years back. And so I think you did a really good job. I can see that you've made a good job on cleaning up all these cars, and you made a good job with the everything on the actual cracks on the church, and especially the very heavy cleanup of all the cars parked outside. One thing that I would say as a little detail, and I'll put myself on the top there, is that I think it's a little bit too big, these texts. They cover a lot of the image, and especially they're covering some of the sections that you've cleaned up. So keep that in mind. Maybe put the text on the bottom and maybe put them smaller. And so that way you're not covering up some of the cleanup that you've done. I think it would be, I think it would be a better way for you to showcase this. But I think you did a good job, especially because there were people on bicycles, there's people moving around, there are cars, there's trucks, and you've really managed to clean everything up in a very convincing way. And you've cleaned it up in not a very blurry way. I think you did a good job in terms of the way you've cleaned it up. If anything, I would just say that maybe perhaps this entire section here that you remove these cars, maybe next time you do something like this, try to keep some of the originals, because you can kind of see that there should have been some markers on the parked cars there, and you kind of like took everything out. So if I go a bit further here, you see it's like it is very clean. This thing is looking like it's too smooth. I feel like I'm missing some of the texturing that we should still be seeing here. I think you see my mouse, right? I hope you see my mouse. Do you see my mouse? Oh, maybe no, you don't see my mouse. Sorry. I was on the wrong screen. Apologies for that. Now you see my mouse. So I was pointing at this area here. This is the area that I'm talking about. So basically, apologies, I was just showcasing basically the video output, and I didn't notice that I wasn't showing my mouse. So this is a bit too clean. It's a bit too blurry and a bit too soft. And I'm kind of missing some of this texturing from the floor. It's kind of missing continuing here. And then, let's see here, the rest that we have here. Yeah, let's see here. Yeah, I think also, just go back a bit here. Where's the max? Did you clean them up as well? No, it's so good. Never mind. I was just like looking at some things, but this is really good. I think you did a great job here with the cracks and everything, so that's well made. Especially these ones, the ones on the bottom here are really subtle, so that's really nice. And yeah, I think you did a good job. I think you did a really good job with the cleanup. And then we go into the next shot here. So this shot here with the cleanup of the train station. So originally we had the tracks, we had pretty much everything here from basically all of these track bars here that were here. Everything was cleaned up, and I think again, I think you did a really good job. I can see that I don't see any unnecessary blurs, or it looks like... I like this idea that you've zoomed in to show the cleanup you've made. I like this. This is a nice way of showing. I don't think I've seen this before. I think you did a good job on that sense, because it really helps for people to see what the cleanup was. So that's nice. I like that a lot. So that's actually quite nice. Then you put the clock in here. It's also good as well. You showed some of the AOVs. And then the motion blur. And then you put some smoke, everything. And I think it's working well. Yeah. Okay. Next up, we have the train flying through. There's a few things that I would say here when I look at this shot. I think this edge is a bit too sharp. I think you need a bit more softening on this hat, especially because the background is so bright. I would expect it to be a little bit more semi-transparent in that sense. And the song is still stuck in your head. I know, it's so strong, isn't it? Like it is insane. I'll put it in again. I know. It's like, oh my god, it is so hard hitting. Yeah. So as you see here on the original, you can kind of see that that's quite soft. That edge is quite nice and soft. And I think when you've put the background, this background is brighter, so not only it needs a little bit more of a soft edge, but it also needs a little bit of light wrapping, both on the hat, but also on the lamp as well, because the lamp, of course, was shot is a CG lamp, and so this is semi-transparent glass, and so you should still see something going through. And in fact, if I really want to be picky about it, I'm actually even missing the reflection passing through. So you have all this environment, and I should be seeing them moving in here. And this could be easily done. You could probably just put some cylinders here in Nuke and then project the footage from the outside there, and so that you have this kind of moving on the chrome. That could make it look like there's a reflection there. I think you did a good job with the rest. The noise is a bit different. Like I think you need to work out all the noise that is on the plate itself, on the hat, and on the person, and on this environment here. I'm kind of missing it a little bit on the background. So I think you need to better match the noise and the grain. Then there's a few more issues. Like there's some kind of edging going on here on the glasses. There's like some white edges moving around there, which I think could be fixed, especially and also on this side as well, on that side as well. There's a bit of a white edge, so I think you need to work on the semi-transparency of those frames of the glass, especially when it turns around. You see, you kind of have, this is a bit fake. You need to for this to be much darker, especially because it's a darker environment. And when you look at the original, you see how dark they are. You see, this needs to be recovered. So you basically need a dark frame of glass, and right now you have a white frame of glass. So if anything, I think that could be easily fixed with some color correction. You can probably either paint it in, or you can color correct to make it darker. So that would be my suggestion. If you can't edge extend it, or if you can't fix the edges properly, one solution could be to try to paint it so that it's dark, or to color correct it to darkness so that it looks more realistic. That would be what I would say. Now, if you're still on the chat, feel free to say something if you want to. I need to adjust this microphone because it's too low for me. I need to put it like that. So feel free to say something. Feel free to comment on what I'm saying, or respond to what I'm saying. It's like I'm happy for you to do that. So then also, I think in terms of how bright this background is, I'm missing the bloom of that background. So background is really, really bright. It should be bringing in bloom and light into the plate. So you should be seeing some light spilling, some light wrapping, and especially the diffuseness of the light from the outside, because it's so sunny outside. You should really be seeing a lot more light coming through. And then I would say that maybe your drops are a bit blurred. Maybe you went too far with the motion, with the defocus that you've applied to them. So this shot has potential. There's a few things that I would fix. Like I said, I think the frames is a problem. The edges are a problem. The blurriness of the lack of diffusing. Some little tweaks on the grain as well would be beneficial. It's almost there, but it does have a few things that you need to look out for. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. And then I like your breakdown. I like the way you show the curtain and you show the CG. You show the background moving on there. You show how you've actually extracted the reflection. That's really nice. And also how you've put in the scratches on the back there, which is quite nice. But you blurred them too much. You see, this is the problem here. You've blurred them too much. I think you can't blur them that much, because the background, if you look at the wood here, which is on the same distance, the wood is sharper, and the drops and in fact your drops are blurrier than the background. And so the background can't be sharper than the drops. You know what I mean? Just keep that in mind. That you have to have the correct depth of field going on with all the layers, you know. So, but it's a good effort. It's a good effort, and I think you did good. You know. Okay, so now goes to a shot that is not on my course, so it's a brand new shot for me. Let's talk about the good things and the bad things. So the good things, and I think you did a good job with the key and for the girl on the right side. So the blonde girl, I think it has a nice edge. The hair detail is nice and transparent, and you have a nice, relatively good roto on her. Now, I wouldn't say the same for the woman on the left. So the woman on the left, you've done an okay job. I think your edges are too sharp, and they're not semi-transparent enough to believe that there is... They look a little bit like a cutout. You need to, like, work on your edge. And I know why that's happening, because, of course, this girl is on a green screen, and this girl is not on a green screen. It has a very bright background. It has a sky. And so it's a lot harder to create a conventional edge for that face. I think that's one of the problems you're having there. Then I think that's problem number one that I can see. Problem number two is the robot itself. Like when I look at the robot is not correctly integrated in a way that would believe that it would be big. I feel like the scale is off. Like the robot is too close to them. In a way, it feels... Let me talk about the feeling that I'm having on the shot. I feel like the robot looks like it's too close to them, and it looks like it's too small. And the reason that's happening is mainly the positioning. So first of all, the perspective of the robot. So if you look at the plate, if you look at the original plate, so you see... That's the original plate of the green screen. Let me just go here through here. Yeah, so this here. If you go through a perspective of conical perspective, like if you look at the perspective of this shot, you can see that we are very low angle. So we are extremely low angle, and we're looking up. And we can see that majority of the thing is the sky, and we can see that by the angle of these rods. You know, you can see that the angle is quite low. When you put in your robot, there's a couple of things that comes to mind. First of all, the robot should be on an angle as well. So, for example, the guns are pointing to them. That's fine, but it almost looks like the robot is tilting. So it's almost like, you see, imagine that this is the robot, and instead of having the robot standing, you're having the robot like that, because the robot's perspective is wrong. So you need to like look into how you can correct the perspective of the robot, if you can still do that. If that's not possible, if this is an asset that has already been pre-rendered, if that's the case, then you need to like choose a different plate because the perspectives are not correct. Now, this is of course something called Trang Van course, robot training. That's what you wrote there. I'm not entirely sure what that is, but regardless of what it is, like you need to like either find out the exact perspective. So I don't know if you have the asset of the robot itself on a Maya scene or Houdini scene or a Blender scene, or if it's just an asset that has been rendered and you only have the render and that's it. If you have some kind of access to the camera, then you'll know. Because then you can see if the camera is that low. Because I think it's not that low. When I look at the perspective of this robot, it looks like the angles are wrong. So maybe have a look at the angles, see if you can find a way of understanding what angle it should be. So that's the problem I'm having with this shot. I feel this shot has that problem. Then there's another problem in terms of scale. I think the robot looks very small, and that's mainly because, you know, I don't know how big this robot is, of course, but they are quite big on screen. And then the robot, it's almost like if this was a real robot to be menacing, you wouldn't be seeing the entire top. You would just be seeing the guns almost like over here. So you need to kind of make a decision. Is this a small robot? Is this a big robot? There's some design issues on this shot. Like I feel like you need to like think this through. Maybe you can write something on the chat there, or you can tell me something. But it would be nice if I knew exactly what was going on, because I don't really totally understand exactly what's going on the shot right now. So have a look and let me know. But overall, I think your showreel is quite nice. I think you did a really good job with the showreel. And yeah, I feel free to give me some comments or write me on Discord. You're my student. You know, you can always, we can jump into another call, the two of us, if you want to discuss some of the comments I've given you here. I think you did a really good job with the showreel, but there's a few little things here and there. I think the only shot that had no issues, really almost no issues, was the first one. Was quite clear. Now, having said that, I think you need to do more work. I think it's missing stuff. Like I mean, you have really a really nice cleanup shot on the beginning, two cleanup shots on the beginning, and then you have a nice key shot at the middle with the train, and then you have a nice CG shot at the end. I'm missing some more stuff, some more conventional compositing type of tasks. So I'm missing some more rotoscoping, and I'm missing some more keying, and perhaps maybe I'm not sure how in-depth you are already with machine learning, with copycat. Maybe try to come up with an exercise that would use copycat. I don't know if you used copycat on these shots already, but maybe let me know what you say. Yeah, Sigel is already telling me the same. Yes, it's tilted forward. If rendered quick, sheep trick might be to put it on a card and then tilt it back to sail it up so we can see the lower half of the robot. Top half is now on view. It makes it more. Yeah, I agree with you. It would be very much more menacing. Absolutely, I think it would be more menacing. Hey man, hey GLM, how you doing, my friend? I'm sure you're happy today, right? Like Ghana won the game yesterday. It was amazing. I watched the game live. So you're from Ghana, right? I think you remember correctly. I think you told me that you're from Ghana, or maybe you live in Ghana. I'm not entirely sure now if you were born in Ghana. But let me know in the chat. I watched the game with Ghana yesterday. It was really good. Really, really good. Okay, 3 is like saying here, thanks for the review. Very helpful for me. I'll fix it. Okay, cool. Yeah, Trey, let me know if you want to chat more with me. You're my student. You always have access to me on Discord. You can ask me more things on Discord. You can contact me on Discord. We can jump into a call. We can talk more about your showreel. Happy to try to help you. Yeah, you guys won. Yeah, congratulations, my friend. It was a great game. Very, very heartfelt and very strong at the end. And it was like incredible at the end, that goal. Well, man, it was on a 93 minute. It was like, you're Ghanaian. Okay, yeah, I thought so. I thought you were. Yeah, I'm sure you're very happy. I'm not so happy. Portugal was a bit of a disaster. So they didn't win the game. They would have won. They could have won the game. I just feel like they need to remove Cristiano Ronaldo from the pitch because he's not doing anything. He's too old. He has no legs anymore. So, you didn't watch it because you were working? Oh, man, that's not good. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning when it was playing here. So, anyway, 3, thank you so much for sending the showreel. And thank you so much for that Harding music, man. It's cool. Look at that. Can I put it side by side? Oh my God, that song. My God. Gonna be demonetized 3 times. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. So next up, we have another person that contacted me. And that would be, I'm talking to them on LinkedIn. So that would be David. I think that would be the name. So the next one is this name here. David, I think that's how I say it. Okay, so David, I'm going to start review your showreel. You're happy to join if you want on a call. If you're not available, that's not a problem at all. I can just do the like the showreel. So I got 2 showreels from you. So as I talked to you on LinkedIn, so I got 2 showreels from you. So I got I'm reading what you wrote now here. You say, "But your mind, old, long, and updated short version." Okay. I'm assuming you want me to talk about the new updated shorter version. I would say that would be the case, but we can watch both of them, of course. But let me know. And of course, goes without saying. Like I said, if you do want to talk to me, you are more than welcome to join the call. Everyone is welcomed here, and yeah. So do let me know. I am not looking at that screen. You're on that screen, so I need to like keep an eye on it if you do say something. Okay, so let's jump into your showreel. So that would be David. David would be, let's see here. This is not that one. No, sorry, it's this one here. So I have the short. Yeah. So let's. Does it have sound? Yeah, it does have sound. It's very low, the sound, though, for some reason. That might not be a bad thing. So, yeah. Oh, you're here. Okay, David. Okay, cool. So, cool. I'm going to play back your showreel first. Let's watch the showreel first, and then we'll talk about it. I'll just play both of them in a row. Why not? Like, we'll watch the short version, and then I'll give it, like, a couple of seconds after, and then we'll play the other version. I'm just curious about the 2 versions, so I'll just play both of them. Okay, is that okay? Okay, cool. Let's watch them. Okay, cool. I understand why you have a short and a long version now. You have a lot of really good work here. So this is a professional showreel, so it's a different kind of thing that we are gonna go through. So I believe maybe we do the short one. Maybe well we'll do both, but I think in a way I won't have much to say. The reason for that is because, like I said, this is a professional showreel. It's not like I'm going to tell you much more of you already don't know, because this has been reviewed. You most likely, I'm not sure where I should put my name, because I don't want to cover your email, but I want to cover, maybe I'll cover, okay. The bottom also has text. Yeah, you have text on all corners, so I want to cover, I won't put myself on the screen then, because then I can leave your email in all the text. I think, your showreel is a professional showreel with professional projects. Like I said many times on this show, when we're looking at showreels like this, they've already been reviewed. There have already been supervisors looking at it. You've had classes, you've had clients. It's a professional showreel, so it's not like you're gonna listen to anything that I would say that makes any difference, because most likely your clients already gave you the feedback, and they probably had requests, and they probably had things they wanted to do. And so I think the showreel looks great, and I didn't really notice any problems whatsoever. I think that you did a fantastic job, and you're very talented. And so, because you have professional work, there's really not much I can really contribute for that, because what can I say? Like, the shots have been reviewed. They look great. There's no issues. And being a person that has been in production myself all these years, I can't say anything about it because I had no idea what kind of restrictions you had on production. So sometimes we see a shot in production that doesn't look quite right. That could be because maybe the budget wasn't right, or maybe the producers pushed the shot too much, or maybe the director changed his mind multiple times, or maybe there wasn't enough time to do a shot. And so I'm not going to pretend that I know anything about how you did these shots, and because they are professional, very professional work. And so, but I'm going to go through them just really quickly, just so we can talk a little bit about them, of course. I think that would be good, of course. So, and then I'll just talk about it really briefly. So this one here, which you did 3D Generalist FX and lighting, looks great to me. You did the cloth system, the setup, and the simulations, and it's a project for Wi-Fi 3D. Looks great. I mean, I think you did a really good lighting. The cloth looks really nice. Looks really clothy. The textures are right. Even the ice cream is looking really nice. I think you did a great job with these characters and the lighting of these characters. It looks natural. It looks really well achieved. So I really don't have anything to say over there. Then I have this. You've definitely sparked my interest. You have Duff Lundgren on the project. I used to love Duff Lundgren. He was amazing with all these action movies. So you did a really good job. Basically, effects and lighting, 3D Generalist. Even your fellow compositor did a great job. I think the compositing is also on par. Really nice job with the simulations, the rendering. I like it a lot. Obviously, the simulations are a bit pointy. You can kind of see some points, and you can kind of see some certain parts that are low resolution, but that might be something that you've struggled with time, and you struggled maybe with last-minute changes or something. It doesn't really make any difference on the shot. I think the shot looks fantastic, and it's so quick that you don't really notice that there's a bit wispy. But also, it could be that that's a comment. It could be that the director asked you to do that. So yeah, I think you did a good job there. It looks really nice. He's really in the middle of it. Then you did some really nice effects and lighting for this boat sequence. Reminds me of Wolf Petersen's film as well. What's the name of the Perfect Storm? Reminds me of The Perfect Storm. You say you've done everything except compositing. Congratulations, my friend. That's great. even the compositing looks great as well. So your fellow compositors did a fantastic job as well. So it looks great, man. The water simulation looks great. The water hitting the surface of the wave looks great. The waves have the correct shape. The foam of the water looks good. The lighting on the ship is looking really nice. Really good interaction with the lighting up of the particles and the lighting up of the simulations. Really good work. Is this like some kind of film or short film or something? Yeah, this is fantastic work. Really good. I think you guys did a great job, both you and the composer. These shots look terrific. I think you should be proud of these shots. They look fantastic. Okay, cool. So, and then we have, let's see here. Then we have this one here, which is procedural setups in grain simulation, scene assembling, shader and rendering. Again, looks great. I think you did a great job with the way the sand is being simulated. It looks really nice. Your compositor fellow friend also did a great job with the depth of field and the bokeh and the lens effects. I really like it a lot. This is really nice work, especially the way it gets rebuilt as it drops. The pizza tower here is great. This is fantastic. The growth on the sand looks fantastic. So really good lighting as well. He did a really nice work on the lighting. Very, very professional. So yeah, and I like this transition with Big Band as well. This is really great. This is a great shot. Look at that. That's a great shot right there. Then we have the cows here. The cows look great. I mean, grooming, muscle simulations, optimization, and rendering. They're singing. They're so happy. I think you did a great job. Oh, look at that. That's a great shot. Love that. Like, I love the way the water is reflecting and I don't know if that was the compositor that did it or it was coming from 3D, but fantastic job on the pool reflection and also on the water simulation and the water displacement that you have on the background. That's fantastic work. So yeah, this shot looks great. I love that they're being washed. That's amazing, man. That's so cool. That is a cool shot. Yeah, and then they go back there. Then we have this car. This is really cool, man. You did everything except compositing. Compositor did a really good job as well. I really like this. The growth of grass, the way it's showing up on the car, that's really well achieved. Really nice work. Really like that. So, yeah, that's really nice. The way that it grows as well. I love the mask. The mask that was made for it to appear. Yeah, very nice work. That's a really nice commercial, by the way. Really nice job. Really nice. That's a gorgeous shot. Look at that. Then we have this dude here. What is he doing? Smelling something. This might be the only shot that I would probably say. Of course, like I say, I can't pretend that I knew the struggles of this production. I had no idea. But it looks a bit too reflective, too clean. It looks a bit too CG. I wish that he would be a little bit less reflective, maybe a little bit more roughed up and a bit more dirty, so that it would have some kind of texturing, so it would match a bit more of that background, so it would look more real. If you look at Transformers, there's always like a few dirt marks and some specular breakups and some stuff. But again, I can't say anything because I have no idea if your client requested this specifically. So maybe they've asked you to leave it exactly like this. Because I've had those situations where client asked me to remove dirt and remove extra passes so that the tool looks more shiny. And sometimes they are wrong, but they are the directors. As a part for that, like, I really like your second shot. This is a terrific shot. That's great. Look at that. You did a great job. You did the rigging, shading, and rendering. That's fantastic. The transformation, the way the pieces are being put back together, with the doors, and then it kind of makes the Jaguar back. That is a terrific shot. I love the light up of the seats on the at the end. That's fantastic work. Yeah, this is really good. Much better than the first shot in terms of integration and reflections and everything. Did a great job. I know some people on the chat are asking for questions and things. I'll get to the questions in a second. Okay, don't worry. I'll do that. Once I'm done with this showreel. Then we have the on the city. You did the environments, procedural overpasses, and rendering. Again, really nice work. I think this is fantastic work. Look at that shot. That's fantastic shot. Really cool. Really good work. I really like these shots. They're really creative. Okay, and then we did rigging, crowd simulation, and shading and rendering. Yeah, the crowd looks fine. I think it's really good. Your compositor fellow also did a good job of integrating it. I'm assuming this is a real shot of a stadium, and then you guys integrated it in top, or maybe it's a full CG stadium. Maybe that's the case as well. It could be. And then of course you have a soccer pitch. I love that they have a metal ball. This is all really nice. Really good work. Really have not much to say. I love this. This is really nice. The rotation thing going on here is really good work. And then this dude here, whatever he is, then a really nice shading on the material. I think he did a great job with the lighting as well. Yeah. I love this. That's really cool. Yeah, like I said, I think that you did a great job. I don't really have much to say about your showreel. Like I said, I can't be here pretending to know exactly what you went through on production. But David, you did a great job. Really good, high quality showreel. You have really high quality work here. So I'm going to keep running the showreel for a little bit here while I answer some questions. There are some questions here. And David, don't feel free to ask me things on LinkedIn, or if you want to comment anything, just write on the chat there. I'm happy to answer any questions, or if you have anything to say. And you can always return on you have me on LinkedIn now. You can always contact me as well. But yeah. So basically I have here Abyss Priya 5509. I'll go to your question part in a second, but you were saying that you have a showreel to be reviewed, right? Like, I see if I can find your name here somewhere. I would assume that's the name. Abyss Priya. Yeah, that's the name for sure. I think that's the name. So since you're here, I'll review a showreel next. So I'll do that. So you already sent the showreel on the 25th of April, so it's been a long time. I've had other people that sent showreels before, but since you're here, might as well just do your showreel right away. Just give me a second, because we're gonna do a break right after this, and then once we finish the break, I'll come back and then I'll do your showreel. So that would be the next showreel. Next showreel review would be, I'll just write the name here. It would be that would be Abhishek Prihan. I think that's how I say your name. I hope so. Salamant says, at the on the commercial, you think that moving reflection is needed, like because the camera in the car are moving and only the reflection because the camera is moving is enough? Not entirely sure, but it's a production shot. I'm sure the whole thing was. Yeah, by the way, you guys are seeing other shots as well from David, because he has a lot more work than that showreel. So let's just go to that on the shot you're talking about. Oh no, the on the commercial would be, yeah, even these ones had more shots as well, which are nice as well. That on the commercial you're talking about is this one. Where is it? This one here. So you're talking about commercial. Do you think moving reflections is needed? Moving reflections is needed. What do you mean? Not entirely sure I understand your question. The moving reflections? Not entirely sure I understand your question. So, but hey, I will keep that in mind. Then I have a question here from, well, a statement from Part Camt 5411. Part Camt 5411. They say, how to stay motivated as a student who is learning visual effects. I'm very passionate for learning visual effects, but for the last 6 months, I don't feel like learning things. I'm not able to, sir, for learning compositing. Then they continue, sir, how to stay motivated as a student who is learning VFX. I was very passionate for learning. Okay, that's the same text. You've just written it twice. Okay, sorry. You fooled me there. You shouldn't write twice. It's fine. I'll get to it. I don't know what your situation is, of course, because, I'm not going to pretend to know what your situation is. But, of course, obviously, I understand that it is sometimes hard to get motivated, especially on these trying times, because we're having so many hardships in the industry and there's so many question marks on the industry. But if you're feeling that you're not motivated, the only thing I can tell you is that maybe try to look for different things. Maybe there's other types of works that you can be doing. Compositing right now is going through a very difficult and critical phase. I think there's a lot of work being done in machine learning, a lot of work being done in AI that needs your attention, I'm assuming. I'm doing that myself. I've also had a really hard time getting motivated myself. I've been very not motivated by generative AI at all. I don't like generative AI. I never liked it because I feel that it has a huge problem from a ethical point of view of the training data that they've used. So, but unfortunately, I can't do anything about it because no one cares. Like, literally no one cares. Like, everyone is just using it anyway, and I can't do anything about it. I can't stop people from using it. There's nothing I can do about it. Unfortunately, generative AI is here to stay. And so I've also lost a lot of motivation of the last few year or so, to a point that I've even considered leaving the industry altogether, my friend. Like, I've considered that multiple times because I don't like generative AI. I'm not really happy the way the industry is going. I'm not happy with the corporate greed that is happening right now in the industry. I'm just not happy with the industry at all. And so it's hard to find motivation. But, you need to dig deep. That's what I did. Like, I dig deep and try to think, okay, what should I be doing? Should I be focusing on my short film? Should I be focusing more on my videos on YouTube? Should I be focusing on learning ethical AI, maybe learning machine learning, learning what other AI tools that I can find that are a bit more ethical? I mean, it's a long search and it's been hard, but I'm trying my best to become an ethical person in that sense. Since everyone is using it anyway, I won't be able to stop the industry from using it. And I don't want to, I thought about leaving, but I don't want to leave either. So I can't help you to know exactly what you should do. I'm sorry, I can't. Like I've been so stroked from this. Like, it's been really like it's been really tough. It's been really tough lately in the industry, and yeah. So maybe we'll all give up. I hope not, but I'm sorry I can't help you. But try to find what you like still, and try to keep yourself motivated like that. That's what I did. I'm trying to find things that I like and try to dig deep into those things and try to research what ethical ways I can continue in this industry. Like, I mean, that's the only thing I can do. It's unfortunate, but hey, this is a much longer conversation from another day. It is. It's a much longer conversation, which needs to be done anyway. It's been a while since I've done the radio show, so I need to do the radio show again. Feel like a lot of people have a lot to say. Anyway, with that negative view, let's do a break. So I will, yeah, Nikki, Nikki is saying on Twitch, I believe LTX was trained on licensed Shutterstock content. Yes, it's the same thing when I look at Beeble AI. Beeble AI has been trained with licensed material as well. So there are ways of finding licensed material. I've been using Beeble for a few months now. And I feel like maybe they're on to something. Like I feel like they are, at least they told me that they're using licensed material, and they told me that they were using ethical. They've used ethical methods to reach the generative AI tools that they've made. And I what can I do? I can only believe them, like that's the thing. Like I'm planning to make a stream about that. I haven't announced it yet, but I will announce it now, I guess. But I will be doing a post about that. So I've asked the Beeble CEO to join me on a live stream, because I wanted to talk to them about their tools, and I wanted to see what they have on their tool sets that can be used in an ethical way, and how they've trained their data. And so I'm bringing them over to my stream, and we're going to talk about that, about their training data, and then we're going to do a workshop about using Beeble AI. And if you are interested on trying Beeble AI, here's the link. Like I have an affiliate link with Beeble AI now, which I use to support my channel. So if you want to try Beeble AI, that's the link there. I've been trying Beeble AI for a few months now. I'm really impressed with what they've done, and so that's why I invited them over to do a live stream. So it will be announced soon, because I've already used Beeble AI on my FMX masterclass, the one I'm publishing on my YouTube channel. The one I'm publishing on my Nuke course. So I'm already doing Beeble classes on that course. So maybe wait for my announcement. I will be announcing that very soon, which we'll be doing a live stream, which I will have them on the stream. They're going to be talking about it, and then we will discuss and do a workshop as well using Beeble. In the meantime, if you're interested, that's the link there. If you're interested on my affiliate link, the affiliate link, of course, helps my channel as well. Like so, because if you're interested on getting the subscription of Beeble, then I can get a little money back from my channel. So that's why it's an affiliate link. But yeah, there's a lot more to talk about. Okay, so what else? Thinking government regulations, generative AI could help. Yeah, but the settlement, the generative AI content regulations is going to take too long. It's going to take way too long. Like that's not going to be in time. Like they're going to be you saw what's happening right now in the UK. They're about to ban social media from minus 16-year-olds. That ban, that is so late. It's so late. Like it's like a decade late. Usually regulations are like decades late. I mean, we'll eventually have regulations for generative AI, but it will be too late. By that time, regulation will come, and by that time, the industry will be decimated already, and it will already be something else happening. And so I think governments are too slow, and they don't look at technology. So it's I'm not expecting them to do anything about it. I don't, to be honest. Like I really don't think they're doing it much. Yoshi on Twitch is saying there are ethical ways to train AI. Just if you license all the assets, become quite expensive. They may train on public domain or permissions licenses, but the data set would be quite small in comparison to the whole internet and libraries and movies and. Absolutely right. You're absolutely right, Yoshi. This is a problem. This is a problem. That's why I think there's no solution. There is no solution. The cat is out of the bag. There's no way of putting it back. They've already stole the data. They already took the whole internet, the entire internet as a data. Like regulation might come, but I think the only way out of all of this is for the companies to pay tax. Like the companies that have AIs, if they're making an AI to replace a worker, if I as a person working need to pay tax, then if I'm replaced by an AI agent, that AI agent has to pay tax. That's the only way. The only way for this to work is for the AI agents to pay taxes, and then for the government to pay people salaries. That is the only way. There's no other way out of this, is for money to not mean anything and for the entire government to subsidize their population. That's the only way, because this is not going to come back. So unfortunately, it's very dystopian, I know, but I feel like this is the only solution, is for governments to regulate it in a way where AI companies pay taxes like if they were real people, and then the taxes pay for the salaries of all the people that are unemployed. So that way people are unemployed and they can do what they want. They can do music or write books or make paintings or do gardening or do whatever they want, but they need to be subsidized by the government. This is the only way out. It's the only way out. But, who am I to say this? I am nothing. I'm not in the government. I'm not even, and I'm just a YouTuber with 65,000 subscribers. I'm a very small little YouTuber on my little corner. I'm just saying. Anyway, that's what I think. GLM, I actually do not know how to change the user and password. The new platform is a bit shaky. So as I said on the messaging. So bear with me. I'm working on it. They're working on it. They promised me they're fixing everything. It'll be fixed in the meantime. Anyway, it's time for a break. So you already know the drill. For 10 minutes, we're going to be doing a break. We'll be back in 10 minutes from now. You can put the clock there. During the break, you're going to be watching some of the BenQ commercials, and you're going to be watching also the commercial for the lovely book of my wife. If you're interested as well, she is a small creator. If you want to support her endeavors as well, that's the QR code and the link for the book. Keep that in mind, that small creators need your help. So that's the link for the book as well. If you're interested, you'll be seeing her book during the break as well. And also during the break, you'll be seeing the commercial for my Nuke course. Remember, my Nuke course is 75% off. And I do have brand new classes with machine learning and Beeble AI being dropped as we speak. And so that is the course, Summer 26, which is the code for the 75% off. In the meantime, we're going to do a break. So I'll be back in exactly 10 minutes. Don't go anywhere. And then we'll continue with another Showreel review. Okay? I'll see you all very soon.
Hello everyone! I'm super excited to give you a glimpse of my first cookbook, Green Recipes for All, featuring over 50 dishes inspired by amazing Mediterranean food. Inside, you can find recipes made with a variety of fresh, healthy, and versatile ingredients and popular plant-based products. These are great choices whether you already follow a plant-based diet or simply wish to cook a few weekly meat-free meals to reduce your overall meat consumption. In the book, you'll find a wide range of new and exclusive recipes, from soups and big salads to main courses and desserts, as well as some of the most popular recipes here on my channel, such as the perfectly cooked non-stick rice or the tabbouleh-style bulgur and mixed bean salad. Not forgetting a new version of the delicious tofu chocolate mousse. So, if you'd like to have a look at my book and try some of the recipes, just visit any Amazon marketplace and order a copy, which is available in hardcover, paperback or digital formats. Hope you enjoyed the book, have fun cooking, and see you next time.
Are you interested in learning compositing? My Nuke course is currently 50% off. Join today to have access to 150 pre-recorded classes, 50 hours of training, using real production assets covering industry standard techniques with over 200 gigs of showreel material and access to a private Discord channel with over 2,300 students. This course is endorsed by Foundry and has access to a Foundry student license paid separately. Join today at hugosdesk.myshopify.com.
Befores and Afters magazine is the monthly print mag from VFX journalist Ian Fales. Go in-depth on key visual effects topics with major VFX supervisors, artists and studios. Each issue covers a different area like creature animation, miniatures, on-set VFX and VFX tools. Find your copy at beforesandafters.com/magazine.
Okay, we are back. Oh, can you hear me? I can't. There's something wrong with the sound. Hello, testing. I think the sound is so much lower now. Why is it so lower? That's weird. It's so much lower now. Okay, now it's fine. I think the sound is fine now. I had some kind of yeah, my headphones were really crinking. Like, I think it's fine now. I think the sound is fine now. Sorry about that. There was some kind of like yeah, the sound is kind of going away. Is it my cable or something? Why is that happening? Like, I feel like it's why is the sound? Yeah, I feel like the sound is going up and down, up and yeah, I think now it's fine. That was weird. Well, that's the first time this happened. Okay, anyway. Thank you so much for still being here. We're going to do one more showreel and then we're going to be off. Yeah, I agree with you, Yoshi. I think I need to do the radio show again. I feel like the radio show was... no, I'm not using a condenser mic. No, I don't know. Like, it's not a new mic. No, it's the same mic I had. Something went off on it. I think it was... kind of felt like it was going up and down. But I think it's fine now. No, I don't have a new mic. This is the same mic I've always used for the last, I don't know, 5 years. It's the same mic. Yeah, I don't know what I think it was my headphones that were a problem. Yeah, so Giselle, you were asking, like, there's a new platform. Yeah, there is a brand new platform. So I did post that on the Discord. The new platform is still beta. It's still... By the end of this month, the other platform will disappear. So there will only be this platform very soon. So keep that in mind, that the old platform will be eventually shut down and retired. So basically, this will be the new platform. So I'll put it on the screen. This is the new platform of a Nuke course. So it's still oh, sorry. For some reason now it asked me to change my password. I'm not sure why. Okay, that's weird. That was not well, I guess I won't show you this now. It just it asked me for a new password. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, so let's see here. Wait a minute. I'm gonna just. Okay. Okay. Just gonna like see if I can now enter the platform. Sorry. Yeah, there you go. Now I managed to enter. Sorry, I had to restart. So the platform looks almost the same, as you can see. Looks almost the same as the old one. But there's now a new class here, which is the Hybrid Compositing Workshop Masterclasses. And the biggest thing that happens is that when you play a class, you see now we have a download button. This is the new part of my course. And the cool thing about this is that you download the file. So you basically download the file of the class, which was not possible before. And you see, that's the class. So this is an encrypted file that you download to your own computer. And so this class is now on your computer physically. Remember the old platform, the player was terrible. And so this new platform will be much better for people that have a much worse connection or they are much further away from the server, because now we don't have to depend on a player from the Apple Store or the Microsoft Store. The player is actually in here. So if you go here to the player, you see that's the player. You go to the player inside the browser, and then inside the browser you can play the video directly. You see here. So while I'm here, I actually don't. I think it's not loading now. Well, anyway, I'm not. We can talk about this later, but basically, what you can do is when you press here, you can then watch the video that you just downloaded it, and that's the cool part of it. So you basically play directly. The player is in the browser instead of you having to install it externally or having to install it from somewhere else. But it is beta. It is a lot of problems in it still. The biggest problem right now, for me, in my view, is that it doesn't have any minutes. You can see, you don't know how many minutes a class is, and if you play a class, it doesn't have a counter. So we don't know how long the class is, which becomes a problem because people are trying to know how long the class is and they don't know. And there's no mute button, and the subtitles button is gone as well. So there's a lot of problems happening, and they're working on it and they're fixing it. But I'm reporting it and telling them the bugs and telling them everything that is going on. They're working on it, and this is the new class, by the way. This is the new class that I'm talking about, the class about the OpenAI, the Beeble AI and the new 3D system of Nuke, which I've uploaded to the course. It's only visible on the new platform, so you will only see that course here when you're on the new platform, and of course you have the workshops as well. So yeah, anyway, doesn't really matter. This is not what we are talking about here today. So I'm going to then start the Showreel reviews. So we have one more today. And this would be, where is his name? So this would be basically Abhishek Prayhan. I think that's how you pronounce your name. I hope it is. If it's not, I do apologize if I butchered your name. I'm sure I did, as usual. So let's watch your Showreels. Let's watch your Showreel. Yeah, I know, Sajal. It's like, is it a minute? Is it an hour? Is it 2 hours? Is it 2 days? We don't know. So it is a problem, of course, if you're about to watch a class and you have no idea how long it is. So I did email them and said, guys, there's no counter. We don't know how long the class is. And their email was so nice and so funny. It was like, oh, that's a good idea. And I'm like, yeah, that's a good idea. The problem you're having every time you code with the old passcode. I'm not sure what you mean with that. So I think there's a lot of problems on the new platform. So yeah. We mostly have 20-30 minutes long. Yeah, all my classes are 20 to 40 minutes. That's right. So you know that it will never be longer than that. But it would be nice to have, it would be nice if it had. Yes, who thought we needed counters for sure. Hey, Mikhail, how you doing, my friend? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Yes, we are about to finish. Yes, we are going to do the last showreel now. So I'm going to go and show the showreel. Let's watch the showreel, and then we'll come back and discuss the showreel. I'll put the music as usual, but remember, it might be muted on YouTube. So if you don't hear the music because you're watching this as a VOD, most likely it was because it was claimed on copyright. So let's watch it. Okay, that's cool. Let's watch it again, but going through it, of course, shot by shot. I'm gonna mute the sound because we don't need the sound anymore. I'm going to just play it as it is. So yeah, thank you so much, Abhishek. Abhishek. I don't know how. I'm so sorry if I'm butchering your name. Thank you so much for sending the showreel. Some really nice work that you accomplished here. some really nice work. You have a really nice showreel, and so you can see you're one of my students. So thank you so much for being one of my students as well. And what can I say? Like, I think you did a really good job. So starting on the first shot here, so neighborhood, 3D, 2D and 3D compositing, camera tracking, projection, set extension, CG integration, Roto AI assisted, refined by me. That's nice. That's nice that you've mentioned that. That's really good to say. I think that the Roto has a few wobbles, so you need to like look into that. Mainly when you look in here, as I go through, there's a couple of wobbles here. So I'm gonna put it on the screen so you can see it, and then I can have my mouse on it. So you see if you look closely on this side here, and if I go frame by frame, it wobbles. You see there, like that happens a few times on the showreel. So you have like these kind of cuts in between the frames. So you need to like look into that. There's a few moments also here where I think your edge is not completely integrated with the background. I feel like this is pieces of hair. You should have some kind of transparency. And in fact, if we look at the original, you see the hair is kind of blending into the background, and you can kind of see that you've made him, you've cut his hair. So you're cutting too close. I think you're missing, especially when you look here. If you look at all the top there, and you look at the original, you see you're missing a lot of hair detail there, which is a problem. So you need to like look into that and see if you can recover some of it as well. Okay, cool. I got it the first time, Grant. Sorry about that. Yeah. Okay, so let's continue here. Nice integration that you've done here. I like your 3D that you've put in here. The CG integration, that's really nice. It looks like some kind of scan or some kind of like. Is that what's happening here? That's what it looks like. I like your projection system as well. I like that you don't show the interface of Nuke, but you show the interface, but you don't show the nodes, and you don't show the menus, which is really nice. So, really good work. I like this a lot. So it looks like a splat. So I'm assuming this is a 3D splat, right? Like that's what it looks like. Did you actually bring it in as a splat into Nuke's new 3D system, Nuke 17? Was that what you did? You don't mention that on the text as a 3D splat, but it looks like a 3D splat. That's why I'm asking. Yeah, you did a good job there. If you look at the original, and you did a really good job with the integration of the depth of field, the bokeh. The bokeh is a bit extreme though. Like if you look closely, the original bokeh over there is oh, you downloaded scans from a website? Yeah, you should write splat because people are gonna like that. It's quite fashionable, splats now these days. So you see that bokeh that you have there, that bokeh, which is that one, you see. When I look at the ones you've made, especially if I go like this, you see, that's the new one you've made. That's the old one that was there. I feel like you need to do a better job. This is a very, very, very tiny detail, okay? Like, it's not important, okay? Just gonna let you know that I'm reaching a straws here, okay? I don't think you need to worry too much about it, but the next time you do a shot like this, maybe try to get the bouquets to be closer together. But it is really nice work. Abish, if you've done this in Nuke 16, you should be very proud. Nuke 17 has a lot of new tools with Splat, so you'll be able to do this directly in Nuke 17. You should look into it. It's really nice, the Splats on Nuke 17. They're really cool. So, yeah. I think you did a really good job. I like your new background. I like the new integration. I like the detail that you've put some shadows cutting in the background there from the originals. Funnily enough, this is a really small detail, but I'm gonna say it anyway because that's my job. So you see here, these are bouquets of the original plate, and you've put in a shadow on top. Now, technically, and this is a small detail, these bouquets would not be there with shadow because the shadow would cut the light, and so the bouquet would either be smaller or would not be possible because there's no bright surfaces to have a bouquet. So these bouquets should be cleaned up. Very tiny, 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 tiny detail. Okay, like this is super tiny, not important, but just to mention that you should think about these things when you're doing a production. It's about the small stuff. It's always been about the small stuff. So, you know, have a look and see if you can if you can do that. Can anyone explain to me in baby language what a Gaussian splat is? Oh my god. Why would you need to explain what a Gaussian splat is to a baby? And that's my first question that I would say. Anyway, let's thanks so much, GLM, for testing the new platform. Thank you so much. You're saying the player works after downloading a file. I'm referring to the course. Yeah, the files are smaller now. They've re-encoded all the classes. The files should be smaller, and so they should play back better. They should be more stable. Even through the stream, it should work well. At least that's what I hope. So, anyway, really good job. I just think you need to look into the edges and the roto of him. Especially here, look at this. Like, you have a lot of white edges here that shouldn't be there. You see? All of this, all of these edges. You see that? That edge there shouldn't be there. That white edge there shouldn't be there. This white edge shouldn't be there. The reason it shouldn't be there is because the background is dark, not bright. And so it makes no sense to be there, because I know why it is there, because the original was there. So if you look at the original, you see that's a white background. It's a white street. And so, of course, when he gets there, you have the white from the street. So you need to look into doing some edge extension, extracting and doing edge extension. So basically, basically recovering the edge back. That's pretty much what you need to try to do. Try to use an edge extend in Nuke. I think that would work. Now, Dreamy Dance, key and compositing, hair cloth key, depth focus, FX integration, depth map, ML assisted, processed, integrated by me. I think you did a really good job with the key. I think the hair is well keyed. I really like your depth map. Really well achieved, especially with the hair detail. That's really good. Is that Conf UI? Was it Beeble AI? Where did he do that? That's a really nice depth map. Hope it wasn't too noisy, but yeah, you did a great job with integrating that, and this is a really nice looking shot. If anything, the only thing that I would say is that there's a few edge problems on the cloth on the front. So when you look at this cloth here, you see that really nice semi-transparency going on here with this entire side here. That's really nice. But then once you go into your composite, we now have a lot of really dark edges floating around the edge of the cloth. So you have some kind of problems there. Maybe they're coming from the depth pass, or they be coming from the roto. I don't know where they're coming from, but they definitely shouldn't be there. That's what I would say. So yeah. Yeah, so I think the shot is well achieved, but there's some problems there. Then baby teeth. That's really nice that you've used this. So this is quite nice. Really nice work. I'm not sure if you used Copycat or if it was manual work. Either way can be done with Copycat, because I've just did that last year. I think it did live stream on November with Copycat, and it worked like a charm for that shot. Really good work. So very good work. Okay, so now we have the pony for BBC God Only Knows. BBC Music, the Love. And really good. This is really nice, actually. This is the exact. I really find this funny because we filmed this 10 years ago, and this is exactly how they did Gruko on Star Wars Mandalorian Gruko. That's how they've animated Gruko. He's a puppet, and there's like some green screen people around him as well. It's exactly done this way, so which is really nice. So yeah, really good work with compositing him in. So you've removed and put the face from the other plate. I think you did a good job. It is floating a bit, but because it's a puppet, it floats a bit, the head. So because it's a puppet, I think you can get away with it. But I also feel maybe try to stabilize his head a bit more, so it feels like it doesn't, especially here, you see, there, I think it floats too much. I definitely would be careful with that. I think you're floating the head too much. So maybe look into that. That's the only thing I would say. The rest is really well achieved. You did a really good job with the integration and the rotomation of everything. Okay, Night Drive, keying and compositing. So, yeah, really nice work. There's really nothing I could say. I mean, the only thing that for me feels fake is the bouquets. The bouquets look a bit fake, a bit glowy, and not sharp enough as a normal bouquet. There's no reference, though. When we're on set doing these kind of things, we sometimes shoot bouquet references. The only bouquet I can see here is this one. See that bouquet? You can kind of see the interior of the lens, and you can kind of see some of the details there. And also you can see it on this bouquet as well. You can kind of see the imperfections of the bouquet. And there's a bouquet here as well, which has some more, it's a bit more softer bouquet. And on the back there, you can kind of see the bouquets are a bit, like they're semi-transparent. They have some inner bouquet as well. Now, none of that is happening on your background. I think your background needs better bouquets, and especially the glowy bouquets are a bit fake. It's almost like when I don't have the glow, it looks better. So be careful with that. I think they look a little bit fake. But the whole thing is well integrated. I think you did a good job. The reflection on the front, though, is a bit peculiar because we see it mostly on the bottom top here, and it looks like it's the exact same plate as the background. And if it is the same plate as the background, it's a little bit fake. I would use something else. Also, like it's moving in a weird way. I don't know. There's something fishy about that reflection. That's what I would say. So. Mikhail said something about the cars. Black on the car is a bit crushed. You can distinct plate from the graphics by grain. Shadows from the tree or a bit too sharp compared to the real shadows in the same distance. There they focused more. Let's go back there and see what Mikhail is talking about. So, you're talking about blacks on the car a bit crushed. Yeah, so that thing here. Yeah, I know what you mean. You're probably right. It looks like it's a bit crushed and a bit too dark, and compared to the original for sure. I know it's in shadow, but even here in shadow you can see the blacks are not the same. But I also think there's a color correction applied, Mikhail. So one thing I would say to Abhishek Priyan, I don't think I would put the grade. The grade doesn't help you. You see, the grade is crushing the shot and also crushing him. The original plate that you had no grade like that. So I don't think the color correction is necessary. I would skip the color correction and leave this like this. You see, that looks so much better. than the final color correction that you've made. So that would be my advice. Of course, you do with that advice whatever you want. Okay, as we move forward here, Coffee Lady, 2D compositing, multi-plate stitch, scale replacement, set extension, roto table, character roto provided. Okay. So the roto of the character was provided by someone else. You didn't do that roto, but I really don't really have anything to say. I think you did a good job. So I think it's a nice shot. I'm assuming this is like a commercial of some kind. That's probably what it is. You did it with Copycat. Yeah, I figured. That's good. That's good. You should write that, maybe. Oh, did you write? No, I don't think you did. Let's go back. No, you didn't say. You should do ML assist here. You should write that. I think that would be good. I think you should put ML assist on this text here. I think it would be nice if you tell people that. Yeah, Mikhail, I know what you mean. It should have more motion blur. The kid. I love this. This is nice. Look at that. The guy with the with the a leaf blower. I think that yes, the kid should have more motion blur, but if he had more motion blur, you wouldn't see him. And I think the objective is for you to notice who he is. So I'm not entirely sure the director would like that. Would like to have more motion blur. I know realistically it needs more motion blur, but if you put the blur that it should have, I don't think anyone would ever notice that the kid is there. So it's a fine line. I think this is definitely one of those discussions I would have with the director and ask them, do you want the motion blur? Do you want more motion blur? I would just discuss this with the director. Okay, so music app, screen replacement, tracking, marker, cleanup, integration. So here's where the good news stopped. Like, you had some really nice shots, but I think there's a couple of things that I am missing here. I think the main finger is looking a bit too sharp, mainly because it was shot on a live screen. And so as you see the finger here, you see the amount of softness this finger is. It has quite a soft edge. And I think I lost most of that softness on your key. I think you need to bring back some of the softness that was on that finger. Otherwise, the finger is going to feel much like a cutout. You need to integrate it in a better way. I like your reflection, though. You did a great job with the reflection, that's for sure. So the reflections of the glass is really well achieved. That's really nice. It moves a little bit. The track, you can see it on the top there. You see the letters there, the numbers. If I go like this, you'll see what I mean. So you see that? It's shaking, you see. As I scrub through this, you see how much it shakes? So the letters shouldn't be floating. It should be fixed to the screen. So basically you need to track this better because it shouldn't be floating around like that. So that would be one thing I would say. So yeah, that's a good idea, Mikhail. A fake semi-transparent motion blur. Yeah, that's a good idea. Maybe then, yeah, that's actually an excellent idea. It would be like you would put the kid there, and then you would have another motion blur layer of him behind him. So that means you could have him plus another layer behind with the very much motion blur, almost like he was there, but there's a trail of motion blur. That's a good idea. I would definitely look into that. So okay, so then is that the last one? Yeah, that's the last one. The famous bench shot. So yeah, I mean, really well integrated. I didn't think there's any issues. I think you did a really good job with integrating the old people on the back there with the plates. Yeah, this is really nice work. Removing the people from the puppeteers. Like I said, this is exactly how they puppeteer Grogu on The Mandalorian on Star Wars, which is really funny. Yeah, this is really nice. Really nice work, my friend. And that's it. I think that's it, really. So let's just watch it again while I'm talking a little bit more. So congratulations, your show really was really nice. I think that I would definitely reorder a few of the shots, I think, because I like this shot, the one you begin with is nice, but then I think maybe, I don't know, I'm not, if these are real productions, if this shot with the coffee lady is a real production from a real production, and if these dudes on the car is a real production, I would always prioritize real productions over training material. So as much as you can, try to put the real material before the training material. That means some of the shots from my course, I would definitely, I would prioritize real shots. I love this comment on Twitch. Exorciston. What is your name, man? I need some new glasses. Hikesorstin. I think that's how I say that. I really need new glasses. Jesus, I can barely read the chat. Funny to see Baby Teeth. Worked on that ages ago. That's cool, man. We're having now multiple generations of artists and students, which is cool. Anyway, I think that's it for now. So I think thank you so much for joining today. We're gonna do the giveaway, and then that's it, really. Thank you so much. This was lovely to talk to you. I do agree with where is it? With Yoshi. I really miss doing the radio show. I think we should do a radio show soon. I'll book it in. There's a couple of things that I want to book. The one being the Beeble AI stream, which I need to book that soon. To make a note of that for not to forget that. But right now, remember that we're still doing some more streams. So we're back next week. We're back next week on the 25th of June. So you can still upload your showreel. I still have plenty of showreels to go through. But if you are a student of mine or if you're a Patreon, you can always upload the showreel right away. And then we can discuss it. And I'll always prioritize my showreel, my students. And I'll prioritize the Patreons as well. So speaking of Patreons, I would love to thank my Patreons. And so my main producer level Patreons, which are Adrian, Ben, Daniel, Fedor, Hiroshi, Kazun, Perti, Peter, and Thomas. Thank you so much. Without your help, I would not be able to do this channel. And also without the help of all my other YouTube members and also Patreons, which are many, many that I can't even say all their names, as you can see on the chat here. So you can see on the screen. Thank you so much to all my Patreon supporters. You guys are the reason why I can continue to do these streams. Thank you so much. Now, the course, as I said, if you want to support my channel, you can also buy my course. I have brand new classes if you want to check it out. But we're going to do the giveaway now. And so the giveaway, which will go to one lucky contender from my stream. And then, thanks, Yoshi, for saying that. Thank you for being on the stream. And thanks, Nikki, as well, for being in the stream. Holding the fort of Twitch. Twitch was strong today. We had like 10 people at all times, which is nice. Now we have 9, but it's nice. I'm going to sort out the giveaway and see who won the giveaway. Let's have a look here. So, who won the giveaway? Let's see how many people participated on the giveaway. We have 20 entries on the giveaway. Let's have a look. Who won the giveaway of my new course? If you don't win the new course, that's the link there. Don't forget. That you can always join my Nuke course at any time. It's 70% off now with the summer deal right now. That's the price. Let's draw the winner here and see who won. Okay, so the winner, where's the name? Sorry. I need to like okay, cool. So the winner is, sorry, need to like write this down here a bit. Okay. Okay, so that's the winner. I'll say the name in a second. Not sure if they're here. So the winner is Truian Thong 118. Truian Thong. I think it's also Thong. The name that they left is just Thong. That's it. So Truian Thong 118, and that's the name that I'm mentioning. Which is this name. It's only one. It's like Madonna, only one name. So that's the name that they've left on the winner thing. So that's the name that they've left. So are they here? I hope they are. Hopefully they are. So that I can. That's the name, yeah. So I can congratulate them on winning the giveaway. Yeah, maybe they'll contact me later. In the meantime, yeah, that's it. That's the winner. Congratulations for winning the Nuke course. And in the meantime, we are done for today. Then, thank you so much. We'll be back next week, next Thursday. You probably noticed we're doing streams on Thursdays now. The reason I'm doing streams on Thursdays, and I apologize if it is an inconvenience for anyone, is because the Visual Effects Society was always doing all the screenings here in London on Tuesdays. And I never managed to go to the screenings because I was doing the stream. So I've moved the streams to Thursdays so that I can now go to the Visual Effects Society screenings as well. So thank you so much for being here, all of you. We've had about 50 people on Twitch and about 228 people on YouTube. Thank you so much. This is amazing. It means a lot to me. It means a lot to me for all this lovely support. I'll see you all next week. Have a great day. And yeah, enjoy the football. Enjoy the soccer. I'm definitely enjoying it. So see you all later. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye, everyone. Bye. Have a great day. Bye-bye.